All right, 3.2 is going to be actually how to write equations out of these things. Y equals, usually it's been mx plus b on the linear stuff for the unit 1, but that's when they have a constant difference. Remember common difference, whenever you're constantly adding by something? Mm-hmm. Common ratio, like we talked about last time, is constantly multiplying by something, okay? Mm-hmm. Or dividing by something, but we're going to talk about that here in a second, because common ratio means multiply, not divide. So in fact, we'll start off with that. So looking at this right here is the first example on 3-2 is what is happening to these numbers?
It's going down.
It's going down. That's the most basic thing I'd want you to identify is this is going down. So now specifically, what's happening to each of these numbers? You're going 81, 27, 9, 3. What? Odd numbers, I mean, I guess they're all odd, but you are dividing by 3, yes. So 81 divided by 3, divided by 3, divided by 3, divided by 3. Cool. So mathematically, that's 100% correct, but common ratio is what are you multiplying by?
Wouldn't it also be 3?
So if you told me, if I said, what's the common ratio, and you said 3, 81 times 3, whoa, right? That's not the way to go. So what am I multiplying by? It's like a little riddle. There's an easy way to think about it, but I understand the 3. We all get the 3, but what am I multiplying by? No, negative 3? 81 times negative 3 is negative 200 and something, right? So negatives aren't going to be the answer, okay? So here's the concept of about a pizza. Everybody perks up when I say pizza, okay? So stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut, best way to go, okay, yeah. Just in general. I literally won't eat pizza unless it's stuffed crust. Anyway, so you got a whole pizza, okay? If I divide that whole pizza into 4s, I would divide it by 4, right? That's everybody understands that. Dividing by 3, I'm dividing this pizza into 4. Dividing a pizza into thirds would be weird. Ooh, we're going to be multiplying by a fraction, and you're actually picking up what I'm putting down with the whole pizza thing. So, got a whole pizza, I'm dividing it by 4, is the exact same thing as cutting it into fourths.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same thing, right? Cutting something into fourths is 4, dividing by 4, it's the same thing, right? Mm-hmm. Half and multiplying by a half of something, 1/2, right? Dividing by 2, all the same thing. So, if I'm dividing by 3, it's the same thing as multiplying by 1/3, right? Because it's a third of what it was, divided by 3. A third, right? So, again, I got A and B over here. Got a little ahead of myself because this is what you need for the y equals equations. You need 2 things. As we've needed for this entire year, you got to have the starting amount, A sub 0. What is your starting amount? What did you have before you did anything? What's your starting amount? That's what the A equals. B is the common ratio. We've talked about that already. That's the thing you're multiplying by, and that's what we've been talking about this whole time right here, okay? And then there's your equation. I put parentheses around the B because it's A times B to the power of X. X is now an exponent because it's exponential. Exponential. Yep, thank you. I'm here all week. And the class, nice. So, maybe I'm not here all week. Oh, that's too soon. All right. A times B to the power of X. That's only 2 things I need is A and B. So, we're talking about B this whole time. What am I multiplying by? I'm multiplying by 1/3. Check. You don't have to put a check next to all of yours every time. The reason why I'm putting a check there, when I think about this, in my human brain, now I've just written down the common ratio, that's what you need. It is 1/3, I'm done with that now. But in my human brain, I see this and I am thinking divide by 3. That just makes more sense to me to think I am dividing by 3 than I'm multiplying by 1/3. No, okay, I'm dividing by 3. So I'm dividing by 3 this way, but how am I gonna find my starting value? Or what is my starting value?
81.
No,
you gotta go above 81.
Gotcha. I feel bad because I literally was pointing at it.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. So my starting value is not 81, and this should really make sense because I have taken 1/3 of it. It was something, right? And then I cut it into 1/3 one time, and then I did it again, and then I did it again, and then I did it again. So it has been 1/3 it already. So that's not my starting amount. 81 is not where I started, right? There was something where I did nothing yet. Nothing, starting amount. It was something, and then I did what to it?
You
divided it.
I divided it by 3, and it became this. And then I divided by 3 again a second time, and it became this. I divided by 3 a third time. You see what I'm saying? So how am I going to find out what this thing is? Yeah, I go backwards. So if I'm dividing by 3 going this way, I'm going to multiply by 3 going this way. Yeah, so I'm going to multiply by 3 and 243. Cool. So my starting value is 243. And that's the 2 pieces I need, and I'm basically done. My equation is y equals my starting amount, 243, times b, which is 1/3, to the power of x.
Nice.
And that's it.
Wow.
So you have to be able to find the common ratio, just like we have this whole year, to be able to extend it forwards or backwards. They might ask you what this thing is. What would the 6th term be? Oh. I'm dividing by 3, right? What's 1 divided by 3?
Negative 3. Oh, negative 3.
Oh, nope. It's just 1 divided by 3. So, again, if this blew your mind, what am I doing between each of these? I'm dividing by 3. So then when I get to 1, what am I going to do to 1? Divided by 3. And this reads 1 divided by 3. Okay, so I don't want you to get crazy. Okay. Now, this one might blow your minds, and I'm just going to leave you with this one. The next one will be 1/9.
Huh? Oh, because it's okay, I get it. Because you're just dividing.
Craziness, right? Okay, we'll talk about that later. Basically, I just multiplied the denominator by 3, but that's a whole other conversation. So I'm going to erase that so that your minds don't explode. All right. Too late. That's all you need. That's all you need. Great. So if whatever I'm doing this way, I do the opposite going this way. Great. All right. Now, number 5 on your paper is this one right here. I just want to talk about this for a second because it takes about a second to do this one. Because if I'm asking you, all right, exponential, what would you have to say? Exponentials are when what happens?
Divide. You're going down.
You're good. They can go up. These can increase. So if you had to define what an exponential equation is, what would you say it's different about this than it has been all year? Multiplying is the biggest thing. You are consistently in common, the same every time, ratio multiplying. You're constantly multiplying by the same thing, right? Now, it could be a fraction and we're going smaller. It could be a big number getting bigger, but that's the biggest difference. So here, it says, what's the exponential? Is it an exponential function? What's the common ratio? So 2 going to 4, I would multiply by 2. That works out. 2 times 2 is 4. Great. Now 4,
No, it's wrong.
right? So I'd have to multiply 4 times like 1.5 to get to the, that's weird. No, okay, so if I multiply by 2, I should get 8. So this is not an exponential. You just say no. Okay, so nope.
No.
That's all, nope.
You can say in Spanish, no.
No, okay? Or if it's, you want to say it in Spanish, it's just no.
We have to say it fancy, yeah, no.
No. Anyway, so that's all you need. I just want you to be able to, on this entire paper, say if this was an exponential function or not. If it is, tell me the equation for all of them. If it's not, leave it. All right. Now, I am going to do a more difficult one, and then we're done.
Number 7.
Okay. Number 7.
I don't like this one.
Number 7. What do we need to do first for this?
Why not exponential?
What? Say again. What am I supposed to do? Can you just, we're not going to be able to look at this one like we were here, like, oh, it's dividing by 3. I can just see that. You're not going to be able to see that here probably, okay? So if I don't know what I'm multiplying by, ooh, subtract, ooh. Okay. Divide, yes, divide, okay? So I am going to divide backwards. Okay, we talked about that before with addition and subtraction. If I didn't know what to do, I'm subtracting backwards. But 3 to 45. What would I, from 3 going to 45, 4.5, sorry. What would I have to do? I would take what? What? Boys in the back, pay attention. I hate doing this during a recording, but y'all been doing this stuff this whole time. Okay, anyway, moving on. What do I do to 4.5?
You divide by 3.
I would take 4.5 and I would divide by 3. So I do 4.5 divided by 3, and I get 1.5. Okay? And, spoiler alert, if you took this and divided it by that, you would also get 1.5. Or if you took this and divided by that, you'd also get 1.5, okay? But the easy way to check that, instead of doing all this backwards stuff, okay, easiest way to do is just once you figure out that it's 1.5, check it. Check it to make sure it's actually consistent, because again, the exponential functions, it has to be the same all the way through. So just for a sanity check, now you don't have to do this on every single worksheet, but if you really want to get a question right on the test, 3 times 1.5 is 4.5. 4.5 times 1.5, sure enough, is that, and so on and so on. So we have established now, A, B, my common ratio is 1.5. I am multiplying by 1.5. It's getting bigger, right? Not very fast, but it's getting bigger for sure, okay? Now, what am I missing?
Oh, your A sub 0.
My A sub 0, my starting amount. It is not 3, right? I know you'd want to pick that. It's not 3, my starting amount. So, how would I find that?
You divide 3 by 1.5?
Yeah, right? You divide 3 by 1.5.
It's 0 what?
No, you would divide.
Nope, okay, so 3 times 1.5 gets me 4.5. So if I wanted to go backwards, I would do 3
Divided by 1.5.
divided by 1.5, and it would be 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so forward and backwards, right.
So the common ratio is 2?
The common ratio is not 2.
1.5, right?
It's
Yes, 1.5. Common ratio, that's the big, make sure that's the biggest distinguishing point here. The starting amount is what I started with if I've done nothing. You gotta find that A sub 0 type situation. A sub 0, huh? All right.
So if it's,
And the common ratio is what you're constantly multiplying by, yeah.
if it's not exponential, there's no common ratio.
Yeah, if it's not exponential, you just say no, and then you move on. Yeah, okay?
If it is, we say yes.
Exactly. So to finish this off, A is 2. So my equation for this is y equals my starting amount times 1.5 to the power of x. Okay. Now, the curveball here in the last little thing is if I had a test question and the answer to the test question was this, y equals 2 times 3 over 2 to the power of x,
It's still the same.
would you be able to identify that as the correct answer?
Yeah, because that's what it is in decimal form.
Because that is 3 over 2 is 1.5. Just to make sure you don't get confused with that.
So if you divide 3 by 3.
And that's it. Boom.